So in honor of the movie Wendell and Wild coming out, which is directed by Henry Selick, who directed Coraline and The Nightmare Before Christmas, I thought I would talk about some things that I've noticed in the movie Coraline that I haven't seen anyone else notice or pick up on before. As we know, the opening scene shows the other mother using very specific and intricate tools in the making of Coraline's doll. This toolkit is actually a surgical kit used in the Civil War, which honestly might hint towards the other mother's origin. Which, if you remember, the dad mentions that the house is like around 150 years old.
This house is 150 years old.
The American Civil War lasted around 1861 to 1865, and you could assume that Coraline might have took place around 2009, early 2000s, late 90s. Which, if we were to say it takes place in 2009, 150 years ago would be 1859, which is pretty much right before the Civil War starts. I mean, after all, one of her victims is like literally a pioneer girl. And I'm aware of the candies that have dates on them, which definitely are associated with the ghost children. And 1921 is most likely around when the other mother started capturing children, which probably means that's when she became the entity she was. A lot of this may indicate that she was a real person at some point and that she wasn't always some monstrous witch, demonic spider demon. Either, she was a monster and always was that entity and maybe was, put there by witches or witchcraft, or she was a person and possibly fell down the well, which, if you could tell, this is a fairy ring, and there's a lot to say about this. A lot of folklore or myths in general think that fairy rings lead to another dimension. Some say not to step into it because you can instantly be transported to the fairy realm, and you also might lose an eye for your foolishness. Which sounds very familiar. Well, according to that logic, she's not gonna have long. With that logic, that might explain how the other mother managed to see Coraline without using the doll yet. Because she stepped in the ring, so technically she hexed herself. The other mother uses the doll to spy on her, but somehow she knew what she looked like before even making it. Oh, so if you have anything else to add on to what I say, please do, because there is an endless amount of detail to this movie. Thank you, Leica Studios.